Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Moni Oluwaguleye. In today's video, I'm going to give you steps that you can take to get your admission letter as an international student in 3 weeks. Please, if you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and turn on your notification bell so that when new videos drop, you'll be alerted accordingly. So the first thing you should do to ensure that you get a fast admission response as an international student is to start your research early. It is important for you to know when admission windows are. So you need to start researching on time. What is the program that I want to apply for? What is the deadline for this program that I want to apply for? What is the deadline for possible scholarship in that school or external scholarship that I want to apply for? So you need to start applying on time, like your letter of recommendation, your transcript, your resume, that if is required on time. So this will set the pace for you to ensure that when it's time for you to start applying, you're not starting to gather the documents. So start researching on time. Number two, you need to check the admission requirements. Some schools we may ask like get a two letter of recommendation, while some school will require for three. One of the schools that I applied for during my masters, when I was applying for masters, require for three, while others require for two. So what I did was that I informed my professor that I need two letter of recommendation for two different schools. So you need to understand the requirements for the school you're applying for. Some schools will require you to write TOEFL, while some program will require you to write SAT. And so you need to know the requirement of this each of the program you are applying for so that you start gathering those documents on time before application starts, so that you can write your exams and get the result before the admission application starts. So you need to also know if you are asked to write a letter, a statement of purpose, you need to get information from the school whether they have a required question that you're supposed to answer in your statement of purpose and start writing your statement of purpose on time. Statement of purpose can take lots of time. So that's why you need to start writing it on time so that you will not submit a shabby statement of purpose. The next thing you should do is to apply early. Apply early. So just as I said earlier, that in application for whether grad school, you or even undergrad, there are what we call priority deadline dates and general deadline dates. So this priority deadline date is that anyone that submits before or on or before the priority deadline date have a higher chance of getting scholarship or any form of funding compared to someone that submits during the general deadline date. So if you're looking for funding or scholarship, please before the priority deadline date and start your application on time. Another thing you should do is that check whether the school you're applying for have what we call a rolling admission. A rolling admission means that as the applications are coming, decisions are being made. So you need to check, does this school have a rolling deadline or a rolling admission, or they have deadlines. So if the school have a rolling admission, you have a higher chance of getting your admission decision made on time compared to schools that have like a deadline. Then after the deadline, they made their decision. Another thing that you should do to fast track your admission decision as an international student is to stay in communication with your program director or the program coordinator. Ask them questions if you have questions. Building a relationship with your program coordinator or the program administrator, as the case may be, is it will help you to ask questions and put you in the radar of this person, provided that you meet their requirement and you are exactly what they are looking for. Another thing I would say about you staying in communication with your program director is you can ask them questions on scholarship. Like when I got my funding, I asked my program director if there's other opportunity for scholarship or funding in the university apart from my department, and they sent me some external funding to apply to. So having been in communication with your program director, program coordinator, asking them questions, we put you in a radar, a favorable radar for them. I mean, this is my own opinion. And this from what I've heard from some of my friends that we went to grad school together. Another thing you should also put in mind if you want to have a quick admission decision made as an international student is to prepare for interview. Some university conduct interview as part of the admission process. So you need to be prepared for the interview so that when they ask you that when what day are you available for an interview, you're not saying you're not unprepared for it. So the moment they ask you that are you available for an interview, what day works with you, try to get as close a date as possible so that the admission decision can be made as fast as possible. Last thing that you should do in fast tracking your admission decision as an international student is to send follow-up email. After I submitted my application, I submitted application for two schools at the same time. One of the school got back to me in a week. This when I got that one, the funding they gave me was about 10% of my tuition, and 10% for me was very very little. And so what I did was that after the first school had reached out to me and given me my admission, that first school that gave me admission first had a rolling admission, so it was faster for me to get it. So when this the first school reached out to me about my admission decision, the next day I sent an email to the school I actually wanted to go, and I told them that I already have an admission offer and I want to know the status of my application. And they didn't get back to me for like a week and few days. Then eventually got back to me. So it is important for you to send a follow-up email to your program coordinator asking them if you've gotten admission somewhere, informing them that you have admission somewhere and you need to make decision about which school you need to go, and you need to know what their decision is regarding your application. So I hope you find this information very, very helpful to you, even as you are applying for either a undergrad or grad school in the United States. Please, if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. I will respond to them as soon as possible. But and please do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, share, turn on your notification bell, and remember in 2024 take those baby steps because great visions, great wealth, and greatness lies on the premise of baby step. Thank you so much. Till we meet again next time. Bye bye.